Hi everybody and welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me today for this painting of Timeless. I hope you guys enjoy this one. I'm going to talk my way through the process of how I came up with this painting. It's a little bit of a quicker video, but you can still learn a lot by watching me today and listening to me explain my process, steps, and the colors and brushes I used. So I want to mention that I am working on a 12 by 16 stretched and primed canvas. I began the painting by pre-painting my canvas gray, and I waited for it to dry. Now I like to use a gray canvas just because it creates a little bit more contrast and depth in a painting. And it also helps all the colors really pop off the canvas. So I began this painting by working on the sky, sweeping diagonally a little bit towards the top of the left corner of the painting, mixing a little bit of light blue violet and titanium white using my number 30 Filbert brush, and just wiggling a little bit around the far right side, creating little wiggly scoops just to create those soft, gentle waves. And then I'm coming in with a little bit of sap green without washing my brush off, adding a little bit of water just to make it kind of transparent and very thin, so that I get more of like a creamy see-through kind of look to the water to start. Then with a clean brush, I'm going to go directly into my black. And you can use any black you want, but if you're curious, I've got a Mars black here I'm using. And I just started creating sort of an archway here. I wasn't really sure at this point what this was even going to be. I was kind of thinking of a cave, and then ended up going over top of it with my 1-inch mop brush that you see here and my light olive green right into that black, so wet on wet paint. And I was thinking, why not turn this into like some secret hideaway and add some stairs, and then it kind of just developed from there, all the other additions that I added to it. But I wanted to come in and add a little bit of my metallic gold as well, just to give this a little bit more of a glow and a shine and a pop. So I incorporated a little bit of that gold into my white and my light olive green. And I'm using another mop brush, it's a clean one, but it's the same 1-inch. And I'm just going to really build up all the foliage here, giving it sort of a jungly, lush tropical look. And then with one of my round brushes, I've got a larger, pointier ended one here. I'm coming in and starting with my accents in my metallic gold only for now. And I decided to add some stairs, a little railing in a minute, and a little chandelier right here, or a little lantern, hanging lantern. And then just a few wall sconces, but nothing too detailed back there. I want to add a little frame here. At first I was thinking of adding a mirror, and I just decided to take out some of the paint, but you'll see me do that in just a moment. Right here, I'm just kind of gently scraping off some of that paint, exposing the blue underpainting. And then I'm going to go around, outline in black, just to make the other areas, the steps and the little lantern there, show up a little bit more. So it just helps to create more contrast as well as shadows in the painting. I'm going to apply another little layer of light blue violet inside that frame. And then I've got a really small liner brush here. And then I'm just going to go over and kind of just redefine and decide what this is going to be. Is it supposed to be a painting on the wall, like an old painting on the wall, or is it going to be a little window, or is it a mirror? And I think I just decided to end up leaving it up to our imagination. To me, at the end of this painting, I feel like it's a mirror. And I'm just going to go around and create some ornate little designs simply by adding gold, little swirls and scrolls, dots and dabs, and applying the same color here, metallic gold again, to the tops of my stairs, the highlights, and the railing. Now I was going to do some scroll work and make it look like wrought iron and lots of ornate designs on the railing there, but I come in after and I add some flowers, a little bit of wisteria or flowers on vines. I've got my Dioxazine purple for that, and I'm going to apply it with a smaller mop brush, tapping in Dioxazine first, a little bit of light blue violet, and then a little bit of white. So we get all those in between beautiful shades and tones of purpley blue and highlights, of course, when we add the white. So I'm going to start adding it around the cave entrance, the archway here, above and either side of the stairs. I'm going to come in with a clean brush and apply a little bit right at the shore base of the stairs and just a little bit on top of the flowers as well. I'm going to continue over here on the other side and add more purple, a little bit of blue violet, tapping, creating that flower and foliage look. And then with one of my small filbert brushes, I think this is a number 1, I'm going to take white and metallic gold and create some pillars and archways here. Now, I want to mention, like I always do, I have no reference photos at all. I'm painting completely on the spot, spur of the moment, whatever comes to my mind and imagination. I'm applying it right onto the canvas and incorporating it into this painting here for you guys today. I always have my camera rolling just in case something you happen to see during my videos maybe inspires you, or maybe you just enjoy watching it. So I really like to share that with you guys. But I'm just going to come in and just create simple lines, nothing overly detailed, just arches, lines, little rectangles, and a little bit of light, very thinned out metallic gold and white paint for the interior there on the wall, and then a few more wisteria flowers. I'm going to continue over, pull in that great big arch, and then right down to the base. I'm going to have some stairs leading up into this one and just have that ocean view, even adding a little bit of an indication of a sailboat way back there, or maybe it's a pirate ship or just some tall ship back there, giving this a real old-fashioned a vibe to this painting. So I'm going to continue to add only a little bit of gold for the color of these archways and these pillars. I didn't use any other colors, just white and the gold, just letting the background color and the gray underneath that we started out with in the beginning be the shadows and midtones for the pillars and archways. And I've got a 1-inch oval mop brush now that I'm going to come in and tap into my black, my olive green, and continue around the archway like I did with the first one on the right, adding foliage and vines, a little bit at the base of each of the pillars, and I'll add a little bit more to the bottom right. And then I'm going to start applying my highlights now and midtones, just light olive green without washing my brush off. I don't want to wash my mop brushes out while I'm still adding the different layers because I'll lose the shape. But if you have a brush that's too saturated and you're just not getting that fluffy shape to your bushes and plants that you want, have a few other on hand. I always have lots of mop brushes on hand ready to use if that happens. And I've got lots of different sizes. So as you can see here, I'm back over to a smaller mop brush, and this one I think is a 1/4 inch, and just coming in with my highlights and adding more flowers. Now back over to one of my filbert brushes. I think this is a filbert brush. I'm adding my 3rd and final archway. We can only see part of it, half of it. Adding a little bit of mystery, I think. We can't see as much as we can with the very first one on the right. And even then, with any of them, we don't see where any of them really lead to. It just gives this painting a lot of mystery. And I think it's a really interesting painting. And I had a lot of fun creating this with you guys. I'm really glad I'm getting to share this with you. Please let me know in the comments below what you like about this painting, if you're enjoying it, if you've learned anything. I know it's a fast-paced video, it's more sped up, sort of a time-lapse, but not really. But you can still learn a heck of a lot by watching me and listening to me explain here what I'm doing. So I'm just adding some more stairs using my white and gold for my brightest, and then a little bit of even the gold, light olive green, and my Dioxazine purple for the interior of the very first archway here on the left. I'm going to come back in with another 1-inch oval mop brush, my black, purple, and my light olive green, and start the first few layers and bases of my wisteria and foliage and leaves. Just lifting the bar up there on the top of my easel so I can get underneath there and finish the very top of the canvas. And I just added some more foliage up there, so the same colors, black, green, a little bit of purple here and there, and then white with my light olive green for my brightest highlights. So never just straight white. I like to have a little bit right in there. You can see a little bit of titanium white with my light olive green. I'm going to add a little bit of the wisteria at the base of the pillars and kind of going inside, leading up that staircase that we don't even know where it leads to. Maybe it's leading up to some big tall tower. And I'm going to add another little lantern on this side. I'm using a smaller filbert brush. I think this is my 1 or 0. Just creating a little chain hanging at the top by adding little dabs of gold and then a little bit of white. And then I'm going to come in and add another interesting ornate mirror here, more of a diamond shape but rounded. And you can see I'm coming in with my Dioxazine purple now, making it look 3D by adding a strong shadow on the inside of the left part of that mirror. And then I'm going to come in adding a little bit of a railing down on the bottom there and some shadows and contrast on the lamp hanging and a little bit more outlining the frame, that gold frame. Now the purple and gold look really nice together. They're complementary, as well as the bright olive green in this painting. So all these colors work really well together, and I think that the light blue violet is just the perfect shade of blue for the background, water and sky. And you can even see the little bit of the sweep and diagonal angle of those clouds back there. Really adds a lot to the atmosphere in this painting too, so don't forget about that when you're working on your backgrounds and your skies. It doesn't take much. It's really simple to just give a little pull and sweep up towards the right or the left, or on either side, creating sort of a scoop effect in your skies. It can really change the whole mood of the painting. I'm adding a few candles in here, just little rounded squares for my candles, light purple, and then just a little hint of a flicker of light flame on candelabras there as well. And because these are dark archways, I wanted to have some romantic type of lighting in here and very old-fashioned like, so that's why I like the candelabra and the ornate lanterns and the candlesticks. And now for the water, I wanted to come in and add just a little bit of my bright aqua green turquoise, so I added only a tiny bit there, and a few more highlights inside the archway on the right, and a little sailboat or ship way back here. So just very simple. Okay, so less detail, less brush strokes, it's far away, so it's super simple, less paint, just a few triangles for the sails, and then a little line right underneath using a darker color. So you can use a little bit of purple if you want, a little bit of black, but nothing too over detailed. Make it very thin and faint so it looks far away. Everything in the foreground will be more detailed. So I'm just going to add a few more highlights here and there and flowers, and then this painting will be all done. So just redefining everything that I have already, adding more highlights with a titanium white, mainly in the center of those pillars, leaving the outer edges a different color, either the gold or a little bit of blue. That kind of helps to make it look rounded and a little bit more 3D. So again, just very thinned out white tinted with a bit of gold here and there for the interior wall going up on the right side, and then a little bit of softening here at the shoreline and those gentle soft waves. Okay, I'm using the corner of my flat brush here just with my purple, blue, and white, and just by pushing gently and tapping with the corner of my brush, I can get little individual looking flowers. Now another color choice for this painting that would look just awesome would be like a scarlet red. So you could do everything else the same color. The only thing you would change is the interior wall color and the flowers to red. I think that would just look so awesome. So I might do this one again. Let me know if you guys would like to see that version of something kind of similar along the same lines using bright red and gold, green, and that blue. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did painting it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all soon in my next video. Bye!